Hey guys, Coach May's here. I have my fur helpers here all ready to go. They seem to come running as soon as I get the camera ready to start recording. So welcome to day 5 of your Mommy Buns and Abs Challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed your rest day that you had yesterday. I hope you did do some active recovery and maybe took a walk or a jog and did some stretching. I hope you got in all your water. You did really well in your nutrition. Today we are going to focus on abs. So I don't know about you guys, but mine are still a little sore from the other day. To be honest with you, I started doing abs in middle school. I started getting a little obsessive, I guess, about my appearance. And so I started doing ab work at home in my bedroom at night. I would do sit-ups and crunches and push-ups until my mom would come in and tell me that it was time to go to bed. So my point in telling you this is that that was all I would do, would be sit-ups, crunches, and push-ups. And I started in like 7th grade. And so really abs don't have to be all this intricate detail, and you don't have to do all these crazy different maneuvers in all honesty. Even if you did crunches for 3 days a week, you're going to tighten your core. And really, as far as anything goes, almost anything works as far as working out. It's just a matter of you have to do it. That's the hard part, is actually getting up and doing it. You know, I always like to tell people when they say, what's the best cardio equipment to use, or what's the best cardio activity, or what's the best ab exercise, or, you know, what's the best thing for this or that? Often there's a lot of different answers for that, because really my first answer that I want to say to you is whatever you enjoy doing, that's the best exercise for that. Because if you don't like it and you're not going to do it, then it's not going to work. But in order for it to work, you have to do it. And so, like I kind of was saying, like, everything works in a sense, but you have to do it. So anyway, let me get on with my point and share this workout with you. Okay, so we're first going to start with a 1-minute plank. If you can't do a full minute, that is quite all right. Maybe if you're more in the beginner phase, start out with 10 to 20 seconds if you can. So you might be able to base this on what you did the other day in your abs and how long you were able to hold the plank at the end of the workout. So if you can start with a minute, that would be awesome. So if you guys remember, the plank you can do on your hands and your feet, you know, with your back straight. If you need to, you can go down on your forearms and your feet. And if you really need to too, you can always modify and be on your knees and your hands, or your knees and your forearms. So hold that for a minute. And then next we're going to go to a Russian twist. It might just be called an ab twist or Russian twist. There's all these workouts that they add the word Russian to. Whatever. I don't know if they're actually Russian in origin, but I don't know where that comes from. So basically you're going to be resting on your buttocks, and you're going to lift your feet off the ground. Little Murphy is trying to help. And then if you want, you can use weights for this. A lot of people use like a medicine ball. Maybe I'll use the cat since she's like you can help. And you're just going to kind of like balance on your butt, and you're going to go from side to side. And you're going to take, if you have the weight, you're going to take the weight from side to side. Or if you don't have any weight, you can just use your hands and pretend like you do have something. Either way, even if you don't have weight, it's still going to work your abs, and that's going to work your serratus anterior and your obliques on the sides. Next, the V-sit. So we're still going to be in that same position. You're still going to be on resting on your butt. And honestly, this is not one of my favorites necessarily, but you can start out laying flat, and you're going to go straight up, back down, and straight up. So you're kind of, you know, forming a V. As you see, my legs are kind of bent. It doesn't necessarily matter, I guess, if you keep your legs straight. Honestly, if I'm keeping my legs straight, I can kind of feel it in my quads. So that's probably just from all the leg work I've been doing this week. But Just put your body up in a V sit, and I forgot to mention that we're doing 30 reps on these today. So you're doing that plank for a minute, you're doing the Russian twist for 30 reps. So left, right is 1. The V sit, you're going to do 30 of those, and then the sitting crunch. I was going to do this as like sitting on the edge of a bench. However, I tried to sit on the edge of my coffee table, and that was not a good idea. And so even if I sat in the middle of the coffee table, it's pretty much doing the same as if you're sitting on the floor. So I wanted to do all of these workouts without using any equipment. And that's why I was going to try the coffee table. But let's just go with the floor. We're going to do the same position, sitting, resting on your butt, balancing on your butt, and the crunch is just going to be like this. So it's kind of like the V sit or the V reach, except you're crunching up, you don't have to reach your hands up, and you are bending your knees when you come up. So the difference in that is the V reach, you go all the way down, but you're keeping your shoulder blades off the ground, and you come up in that V reach and back down. And I'm not touching my feet to the ground when I go back down. But if you need to, that's a modifier that can help you, and you can rest if you need to touch your feet. So that was just the difference between the V reach and then also the V crunch. Now, another thing I was going to say, one of my favorites to do is just a crunch using one of the larger resistance balls. Now, of course, if you're using something like this, make sure if you're using a ball, make sure that it is actually made and designed for exercise for humans to sit on it, because I would not want you to use one and have it pop. I know that Five Below had some, but I did hear of them bursting with weight on them, human weight on them, so be careful, please, if you're using something that was not made for exercise. So again, I'm not going to use the ball because I would like to do this without using any equipment. So we're going to do the same. We're sitting on our butt all day. That's all we're doing. We're just sitting on our butt. We're so lazy. So one of my favorites, we're going to go from the left, middle, to the right, back to the middle, back to the left, and so forth. And so when you do left, middle, right, middle, that's 1. So we're crunching, but we're going to the left, up in the middle, and crunching to the right. And you should be able to feel that again in those obliques, and that's raised anterior. So you're crunching to the left, up in the middle, and then crunching to the right. And you should feel that all the way down on your sides. And then lastly, we're going to finish it out with another plank. So if you can do another minute plank, if you need to make it a little bit harder, you can always stay up on your hands and feet and maybe put an arm out if you want to make it a little bit harder, or, arm out for 30 seconds and then switch arms. If you want, you can do a leg out. I don't know. You can always modify things to make them harder or easier, whatever you need to fit where you are in your journey. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy it. Do as many sets as you can. If you can't finish one, that's totally fine. Be proud in what you're doing. If you can do more than one, I'd love to hear how many you're doing. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to drink your water and stretch. All right, looking forward to closing this week out, and we're still going to finish strong through the weekend. The weekend is always the hardest part for most people. It's Friday. A lot of weekends start on Friday, so I hope you guys can really focus on your nutrition and can stick with these workouts and stick with this group, and let's just stay strong for these next few days. It's only 7 days. You can do it. I know you can. I believe in you. All right, guys. Talk to you later.